Hey everybody, welcome back to another video here on ARK, and in this video I will be going over the best method to tame an Amargasaurus, which is obviously the new-ish dino. However, it has the most awkward, finicky, and I'd say probably frustrating method from the three. Dino Pithecus was awkward to begin with, but once I figured out it's pretty easy. And yeah, obviously Snowmacrops is pretty simple. Anyway, so yeah, however the Amargasaurus, I've seen videos from a lot of people complaining about how to tame it. I think I've got the method pretty down pat, and I will be showing you the best trap for it. I know I'm a little late. The map's been out for like a month and a half, 2 months or something, I don't know. But yeah, we are going to be doing this because I needed a video to put out, because if you hadn't noticed, I didn't do a video this Wednesday, nor did I do a video on Sunday, because I actually got COVID and I had a massive headache and throat ache. My voice was really like not good, so yeah, I didn't want to record a video, let alone edit one, and yeah, I sounded like not very good. So yeah, I decided to just take a break, and I'm ready to get back into doing videos. So yeah, without much further ado, let's get into this. With the trap I use, you can't actually initiate the taming for Amargas while they're inside the trap. You have to drop them somewhere where there are no creatures, land your Quetzal nearby, and run over to it. And yeah, I should mention, if you didn't know, to initiate taming with an Amarga, you have to have either a Free Curry or a Kalian Soup active, which will, and then run up to it and hit E. I don't know what it is on console, I think Y? I'm not sure. To initiate the taming process, and make you temporarily friends with the Amarga. If your soup runs out, which it probably most definitely will unless you have either super high taming rates or you're used to getting a super low level, it's okay, you can just like step back a good while. You can just step back a good bit and just retake the soup, and you'll be good as new. And yeah, so anyway, once you've initiated taming with the Amarga, you pick it up with the Quetzal, take it over the trap. It can take a few tries to get it in, but yeah, basically try and just get like maybe around the Amarga's head, try and get that above the trap, because when you drop them they like to travel backwards for some reason. What I'm doing here is Amargas, so they gain affinity for every time you damage a dino. Doesn't matter which dino, but every time you damage a dino, an Amarga gains affinity based on the amount of damage you do and your taming rates. So obviously you could see from my crossbow before gained 0.7, and my long neck is gaining more because it does more damage. So you want a weapon that does a good chunk of damage. Alternatively, you could use creatures, but the Amarga doesn't like creatures as much. I should mention, yeah, if you have creatures nearby the Amarga too close to it, it will not want to be tamed. Like, it won't gain affinity from creatures being hit, nor will it want to be fed. So keep your creatures away. About 50 to 70 meters should be good. Occasionally the Amarga will just not want to be tamed no matter what, and it will sometimes start attacking the trap or just go completely passive. Use this chance to heal the dino. Usually you'll want to get one big dino just in a trap, such as the Alpha X I have here. You want to use this chance to heal the dino using a Snow Owl, or if you're not using an Alpha, just drag a dead body over, which will probably insta-heal it to full. So yeah, and use a magnifying glass to check the dino's health. After a certain amount of time, or damage dealt, the Amarga will want to be fed. This blue message will appear at the top of your screen, and you will have to run up to it and play and feed it either kibble from the last lot of your hopper, or it takes Meteor berries, or well, other berries, but they'll literally give like basically nothing in terms of affinity, and I think they ruin the effectiveness. I haven't used them because I just use kibble. One thing to note is crops do not work with them. So unlike other herbivores, you cannot use crops as a sort of in-between between kibble and berries, so just keep that in mind if you bring emergency crops for running out of kibble. They will not work. Another piece of advice I have is that you should have a high damage dealing weapon for gaining that actual affinity, but also have a lower damage dealing weapon to actually test to see if the Amarg is ready to be tamed. Because sometimes it won't be ready to be tamed, and like you might have just wasted a bunch of the creature's health and have to spend longer healing it with your snow owl if you tested with a high damage weapon such as my pump. That's why I'm using my crossbow here to test if it is actually ready to be tamed. One trick you can do with a snow owl, if you don't want to sit there and hold down right click for absolutely ages, which is how you heal with it, is if you press E and right click at exactly the same time, and obviously dismount and run away, it will start healing on its own and burn through its stam bar, and the Rex will be frozen if you got in the right spot, and you can easily magnifying glass it without the Rex attacking you. Of course, sometimes you don't run away enough, and you just get stuck here, being healed by the snow owl. And that, everybody, is the taming method for the Amargasaurus. And now I will be getting onto their abilities and where they spawn. Amargasaurus spawn in 3 main locations on this map. Them being, so in the desert they spawn around in between the 60 and 70 marks on longitude, and below, and anywhere below the 80 mark in that little area. They spawn pretty much everywhere in the snow, although I find that the middle is usually the best for them, and pretty much everywhere in the volcano. The Amarga has 3 basic attacks. One, a stomp if you look down, a tail whip if you look behind you, and a neck swing if you look flat. Pressing C will allow you to change the mode of your spikes, as well as doing a good bit of damage as an basic attack. Heat spikes will create an AoE that will slowly start burning up creatures. Once they reach their max, they will do a percentage of the creature's max health. Cold spikes will slowly start freezing a creature until, well, it's frozen. Their freeze will last 5 seconds, and then from there you can start freezing it again instantly. And finally, armor-piercing spikes will make a creature take more damage. And finally, when you hit spacebar, you get this fixed movement thing, which means you can shoot behind you. In case you didn't know, Amargasaurus spikes can be gotten from the radial wheel. That's the only way to get them. Anyway, if you found this video helpful, I don't know why the map's been out for ages, but if you find this video helpful, don't remember, I keep saying that. Please remember to leave a like, subscribe, do all that stuff. You know what to do, come on. And yep, I'll be seeing you in the next video. Goodbye.